Hello. Good morning and happy Friday, and welcome to Maidens of the Spear, where we used to talk about the Wheel of Time and have a really good time doing it. And I know there's probably a lot to talk about with the Wheel of Time right now, but we are continuing not to talk about the Wheel of Time out of solidarity with the writers and actors who are on strike. And that includes my co host, Mary Lou, who is a part of SAG and has been for most of her life. And as a result, we're not going to be doing any discussion of the show because that would constitute promotion of the show, which is verboten. Um, instead, instead, as you can see by the title of this stream, we are continuing to give unqualified and yet high quality ish advice. So if you have any questions, if you're seeking any guidance or wisdom, feel free to submit those in the chat. Or, I guess, let me give you the anonymous link if you want to be anonymous. And I'll put that right there. Hello, Fudgy, and welcome to the stream. How's it going? Oh, it's half a month till October, so you have David S. Pumpkins stuck in the head. I feel that. I've been leaning very Halloweeny already. I went to Joann's to buy some fabric last week, and boy howdy, they were Halloweened up. They're ready to go. Everything is giant skeletons and black cats. I'm just gonna try to figure out how to pin. Link. Let's pin that link. Pin Peru. There we go. Oh wait, I did this wrong last time too. Unpin message. Okay. Submit questions here. What's your favorite part of Halloween, Fudgy? And Peru, that's what we're always saying. You know, that's our catchphrase on this channel. Hello, Sith guy. How's it going? Message. Okay. Sick, nasty. Oh, speaking of sick, nasty. Hello.
I can't
Oh,
hear you.
you can't hear me.
My AirPods still don't work.
Your AirPods still don't work?
I'm figuring it out.
Okay.
But guess what?
You have wired headphones. Oh, you have your mic plugged in?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, fuck. Oh, she came ready to go.
Okay, but hold on.
Oh, holding, plugging, traditional sound tech.
Hold on.
I'm holding. I'm
Oh,
not
there she
gonna.
is. Hi.
Okay. Hello. Hello. You know, other less professional, less experienced podcasters, they make sure that they're all 15 to 30 minutes early. They run through sound checks to get all the technical things sorted out before they go live or start recording. But we don't have to do that because we're pros.
They don't understand that the audience actually craves it.
The audience craves it. There's nothing more fun than sound check.
They're wondering what are we up to and stuff.
Okay. Fudgy's favorite part of Halloween: rereading The Haunting of Hill House and watching all the adaptations.
Very interesting.
Hello, Angie, and happy Friday.
Hi, Angie. Hi, Fudgy.
I'll be honest,
hi, Sith guy.
I didn't know The Haunting of Hill House was anything other than that TV show.
It's what's her name, right? She wrote it. No.
Oh,
that
she
lady?
did? Sure.
That lady that does horror. You know.
Shirley Jackson.
Yeah.
Never heard of Shirley Jackson.
Shirley Jackson, famously horror writer.
What else did she write? Let's find out. Okay. Oh, she wrote The Lottery. I had to read that in school for sure.
You did. A lot of people did.
Yeah. The Haunting of Hill House. Okay. Bird's Nest. All right, so she wrote some stuff.
Prolific.
Who wrote the Yellow Wallpaper? Who wrote that?
Oh, some other lady.
I like that one.
Yeah, but that's not necessarily horror. That's
I think it's one of the scariest things I've ever read.
It is, but it's like psychological thriller.
That's true. Oh,
Shirley
there's a
Jackson was
50s
like
film version of The Haunting of Hill House.
horror.
Oh, in the late 90s when it was Pure Camp with a bunch of recognizable actors.
Oh, fun.
I Speaking of Pure Camp, guess what movie I watched last night?
What?
I watched a little film called Bloodsport, uh, starring
Hmm.
Jean-Claude Van Damme from
Okay.
1988.
I'm already in. I'm in.
Yeah, it's an insane movie, and one of the most insane parts about it to me is I was watching it and okay, uh, have you heard of a kumite?
I can tell you I have not.
Okay. The kumite kinda comes from this movie. It is a, um, to the death, no rules, martial arts competition held every 5 years where the greatest warriors in the world are issued an invitation to come prove who reigns supreme. And
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm familiar with that concept.
yeah, classic concept. Um, and Jean-Claude Van Damme plays an American soldier, even though he's very French. Like, he is French, but he's American. Uh,
Sure.
who wants to go to the Kumite to honor his dead
America?
sensei.
Oh, his dead
No, his dead
sensei.
Japanese sensei, or his
Okay.
dying Japanese sensei. Um, and for some reason, the U.S. Army doesn't want him to go, so they send like two army cops after him to stop him from fighting in the tournament. It's never
Okay.
made very clear why that's part of the plot. It doesn't have to be. All we need to do is watch guys beat the shit out of each other.
Totally,
Um,
totally.
but one of those cops, I was watching. This is a terrible movie. Like
Okay.
the script is garbage. It's everything is like 80 yard, and nothing matches. It's horrible.
Awesome.
The martial arts is good, but otherwise, bad movie.
Mhm.
But just give me a wild guess of who plays one of these cops who's sent to fetch Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Christopher Walken.
No. That would have made sense.
Tina Fey.
Ooh, I like that guess. No, this is Forrest Whitaker. I was watching the movie and I was like,
Wow.
"Is that a young
Forrest
Forrest
Whitaker?
Whitaker?"
That's so funny.
Yeah. Awful movie.
I love that.
Anyway,
I love
yeah.
that.
How are you?
I watched and the 36 chambers, Enter the 36 chambers or 36th chamber.
I don't know that.
It is like the one that the Wu-Tang Clan is famously like obsessed with. 36 chambers. Yeah. It's called 36 chambers.
Is it good?
No.
Oh wait, are you even allowed to talk about it?
Yes, because this was a movie that was made in Hong Kong and not in Hong
Oh, Sith
Kong.
guy is aware of this. A huge kung fu classic.
The 36th Chamber of Shaolin. Yeah,
Okay.
it's a Hong Kong kung fu film from 1978. So
No,
yes,
we
I'm
were just
allowed to talk about it.
both watching martial arts movies.
I know, super weird. It's like, yeah, it's a kung fu classic. And it's like supposed to be really serious, but it was actually very funny.
Mhm.
Um, and it turns out that if you have a thing against repetitive noises, as I do,
Don't watch that
um,
movie.
repetitive noises make me want to murder.
Uh-huh.
Um, don't watch 1978 Kung Fu Cult Classic because all of the punch noises are like the same noise. You know, it's just like it's just the same noise over and
Yeah.
over. They also had this one scene with like a bell that was ringing
Mhm.
for like 5 minutes. This like bell was just ringing. And
Uh,
I realized that I had, like, crunched my beer can. Like, it was like a cartoon. I was holding my beer can, and then I looked, and it was, like, crunched in my hand. So don't watch
why did
kung
you
fu
watch that?
movies.
That sounds out of character.
I was with people who wanted to watch it, and I did not wanna watch it, but I enjoyed the experience,
That's good.
though I
Sith
did
guy
not enjoy the
says
film.
that the only repetitive noise he likes is the Wilhelm scream. I don't like the Wilhelm scream
Why? I do.
unless it's in a movie within the movie. Like
Sure.
I was because it puts you out. So I was watching Young Justice, which is a DC cartoon about all the Justice League sidekicks, and
Awesome.
um, Beast Boy in this universe is like the star of the DC universe version of Star Trek,
Oh,
and
cool.
like in an episode of DC Star Trek, they use the Wilhelm scream, and I was like, that's okay because that's a TV show
That's
within
fun.
my TV show.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, it was fun. I enjoyed that.
that is great.
Um, cool. Well,
How are
Mary
you?
Lou, I'm pretty good. Pretty good. Did a couple of improv shows this week, which was
Yeah, I was gonna ask
fun.
how they went. They looked really fun.
The Cuties show. So I am a member of an all trans improv team called Cuties, and we're UCP's first all trans improv team, all trans non-binary GNC. And we had our first show on Tuesday. It was so fun. It was like hella sold out. Um,
Love that.
it was
I would have
packed
been there if I could.
packed to the gills on the stage. There were like 11 and 12 of us on stage. We did not have space for everyone, and so it was cramped, but it
It's
was fun.
awesome.
The crowd was like so into it. The energy was so good. It was great.
I love
And
that.
then I did a set with Queer World last night.
Mhm.
They asked me to sub in, which
How
was
was that?
wonderful and nice of them. Everyone on Queer World is wonderful and funny. Um, I think because of the
That's straight
contrast,
improv, right? Or were they both straight improv?
they're both regular improv,
Mm,
which I hadn't done in a long time, so I was nervous about
yeah.
that. Um, there were maybe like 40 people there. Like it was definitely not sold out,
Mm.
and the lower energy was like palpable. And I think
Mm.
because the first like I'm so used to musical improv, which is so high energy already and
So
like
high energy, yeah.
has the piano helping you and so like having that huge crowd there on Tuesday was like, okay, I'm comfortable even though there's no music here and we're not singing. But then like now as of last night, I was like, oh, I can't really hear the audience. I can't really tell if they're laughing. Like, um, I also find that my tendency is so much to play like a big musical character, like
Mm.
a fake exaggerated person,
Mhm.
and because that's what we do in musical improv.
Yeah.
And I was like initiating scenes with that and being responded to with very much like
Grounded.
grounded UCB, like talking head improv in some ways, which was like fine, but I was like caught off guard. So I was
It's
like,
different.
oh, okay, my energy is not being matched here, and now I'm self conscious. Um,
Yeah. Yeah, I would hi, Fat Boy. Fat Boy feels bad. That's why he's here.
oh, did he do something wrong?
No, no, no. He feels bad for you that you were self-conscious.
Oh, fat boy.
Yeah, he wants you to feel better. So he came here to show you his big dumb face.
Hi, fat boy.
Um, big dumb face of a big dumb cat.
Rocky is napping up there on the mattress.
Oh, he's such a good boy.
He's not a good boy.
I would feel so self-conscious too. Yeah. There's a reason I like doing musical improv more than
Yeah, for sure.
Fat Boy, why are your paws wet?
How
Oh
was
no,
the
that makes me nervous.
Hamilton gig?
Oh, it was super fun. Um, yeah, I flew up to San Francisco. I did not fly. I don't know why I said that. We drove. Tony and I drove.
And boy, are
Tony and
my
I,
arms tired.
and boy, are my arms tired.
You
I
drove
went
with
up with
Tony?
Tony. Tony and
How
I
was
had a
that?
little road trip. It was so fun.
For
Love
those who
him.
don't know, which is probably anyone watching this video, Tony is a trained opera singer slash musical savant who does a lot of like the piano accompaniment for musical improv. He's also an improviser himself, and he's a composer of like metal music and musicals, and very talented dude.
Yeah, he's the best in the world. Just a sweet little angel. And we had a great little road trip together. And then we did this gig where we sang Hamilton songs for San Francisco tech rich people. And they loved it.
Of course, they did.
They loved it. They thought
Tech
we
people love
were
Hamilton. It's their favorite
amazing.
musical.
They love Hamilton. And so we did that. We made our money. And we came back down and it was great. So we drove down yesterday from San Francisco and I got back to my car in front of Tony's house exactly in time to drive an hour to Santa Monica and be 10 minutes late for my student.
Oh
So
no.
that was a day.
That sounds awful.
It was fine. I made my money. And but a bunch of my students canceled yesterday, which was great, but then they rescheduled too today. So
Today.
that's fun. I don't normally work Fridays, but I'm working a lot, like as soon as the stream is over. So that's also fun. And that's life.
That's
But
lovely.
as my therapist said, which I think was really great advice, she said, you can either be stressed without money or stressed with money.
That's
And I
true.
was like, that is great. A great point. So I'm choosing to be stressed with money, and I'm working a little too much this fall, and that's okay. That's okay.
Yeah. This
I'll
guy,
survive and I'll
as
have
you
more money for it.
as you correctly interpreted, yes, this is a hard out 1 hour stream today, so that Mary Lou can get a little rest in before these students
Can
uh,
eat a meal.
and eat a meal. Yeah, and I am going to my ex girlfriend's wedding today. Or I don't know if it's a wed. I don't know what the technical definition of a wedding
Which
is.
one?
Maddie.
Maddie's getting married
Yep.
to Amber?
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
Okay, explain. Wait, explain what do you mean by maybe wedding?
Okay. This is a courthouse marriage.
That's a courthouse wedding.
Yeah. So that's what I mean. It's like there's like just 8 people there to observe them signing the paperwork,
Oh,
but
that's
it's not like
lovely.
they're gonna have like their wedding, whatever, 2 years in the future.
Sure.
Um,
Yeah, this is a courthouse wedding.
yeah.
Oh my gosh. How exciting. Good for them.
Yeah.
Mazel tov.
So it's funny. They're picking me up on the way to their wedding, and
I love that. Oh,
yeah.
lesbians. I love you guys. You guys are wild. I love it.
Yeah. So that'll be
In
fun.
this house, we love lesbians.
That's true. Yeah, no,
Awesome.
I'm excited. I've been slowly working on trying to convince them to go to LARP. And oh, Ember just sent me some like costumes she's thinking about wearing. So I think
Yes.
we got them hooked.
We also got Tony, by the way.
Oh, really?
Hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Um, yeah.
We're
Sick.
slowly collecting friends to join the LARP.
Hell yeah. So that was like you had like 14 hours of just talking to Tony. Uh,
Yeah, pretty
That's
much. It
great.
was
He's a
great.
nice guy, but I don't know him that well.
I know him very well now.
Yeah.
No. The first one we spent the entire trip gossiping. The drive up, we just gossiped the whole time. And but the drive down was spent mostly like the majority of it just in silence. I love driving in silence. So I took the first shift. He sat in the like back seat and like read and dozed,
Oh,
and
wow.
I in the minivan, and I just drove in silence, and I loved it.
I'm so jealous of people who can read in the car.
Oh, yeah, I know. I didn't realize that that was, like, a thing that people can't do until I realized that, like, most people can't do that.
You can read in car rides?
Oh, yeah.
Ugh,
It's,
damn.
like, my favorite place to read.
Yeah, so, like, if you can read, a car ride seems like a great place. I get car sick even when I'm not reading. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I know a lot of people that get car sick like that, but I would prefer to drive inside. Oh! Oh!
What?
Oh! Ooh,
Yeah.
loving that.
Yeah, isn't it fun?
Love that sound. That is awesome.
My silly little
Any sort
shoes
of
harp.
negativity and any sort of pushback I had to the jaw harp, I
Thank you.
formally retract. The
Now,
jaw harp kicks jaw ass.
the downside of the jaw harp is it's very quiet. So,
Oh, that's a shame.
at least this one, and at least me as a novice. I'm sure there's people out there who can, like, really resonate their whole body with it.
You'll figure it out. You'll figure it
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, so I'm gonna bring it to LARP, but, like, it's not loud.
It might just be like a little party trick,
Yeah.
but still,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
I mean, Mary Lou, we just got 40 minutes to go because we ain't got no questions today.
We got no questions today?
We didn't submit any questions.
Well, put them in the comments, folks.
I mean, we only got 4 people watching us. This is an intimate little stream.
This is intimate, and that's okay. That is okay. We are intimate.
So, as part of that, I was thinking you could just help me plan out my TTRPG.
Let's do it. I'm in.
Okay, sick. Are you familiar with? Have you played 10 Candles?
No, I'm familiar with it, but I have not played it.
Okay, but do you know the mechanics?
I know there are candles.
Okay, there's 10 candles. Shocker.
Yeah.
And
Wait, how many?
It's
9
okay.
candles.
Wait, I can figure this out. So the game is called
9
10
candles.
Candles, and 10 minus 1 is 9.
9.
And
So that
9
means 9
times
candles.
11 is 99, and 99 divided by 3 is 33. Minus 23, it's 10 candles. That's how I remember.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Weird. Okay. All right.
Yeah. Yeah, so you're basically like telling a story in 10 parts together. It's like a
Mhm.
collaborative horror story.
Mhm.
And you you have characters, and there's one game master person who like plays the monster. And the premise is at the start of every 10 Candles game, the lights have gone out. The sky is black. The sun does not rise. There are no stars. It is pitch darkness, and no one knows why. And at some point in days into this darkness, you start hearing rumors that they are attacking.
Oh.
And what they are isn't defined. It's like up to the players and game master to create the monster of that session.
Mhm.
But anytime you do a roll, you're rolling d6s, and if you roll more sixes than ones, like if you start out with 10 dice, if you roll a single 6, you succeed. If you roll more ones than sixes, however, then like something bad has happened. That is like a critical fail. You extinguish one of the candles, so it gets
Ooh.
darker because you're playing in darkness aside from these candles.
Right.
And one of the die from the dice pools goes to the game master who rolls for them and permanently. And you all like take turns going around and declaring something that is true. Like,
Ooh.
and you're kind of, you're telling a horror story, so you can really fuck your characters over. You can be like, if it, let's say you were all trying to make it to the safe house, you're like, we made it to the safe house, but the door was off the hinges and all the supplies were gone, or whatever. Like, and
Mhm.
then everyone adds something to the story, and you all say, um, like, the world is dark and we are alive. These things are true. And
Ooh, scary.
yeah, so you get like these 10 moments to like time skip forward in the story.
It's a time skip. Okay, cool.
Yeah. And like eventually it's like a game designed for one shots. It ends when you're all dead. Um,
Right.
yeah. So like once all the candles are out, that's it. It's you're dead. And you can die before then. But it's a really fun game. It's really simple, like really simple roll mechanics, just succeed or fail. And your characters have like you have one strength and one vice basically. And um, you can guarantee not guarantee success on a roll. You can re-roll ones
Mm.
if you um, by like burning that character trait. So like if your character strength is you're a doctor,
Mhm.
and like one time you get to burn that and re-roll and say like, well, because I'm a doctor, I would recognize this thing and I would have advantage on this roll. And then you physically burn that card um, in the candles, which
Ooh.
is really lovely.
That's
Uh,
cool.
yeah. Um, hi, hello there.
Hi,
Unfortunately,
Lisa.
we have not seen the last episode of Wheel of Time because we're on. Oh, I'm not, but Mary Lou is on
We're on
strike.
strike.
We're on strike.
I cannot promote the show. So we've chosen not even to read, not not to read it. We've chosen not even to watch it so that when we get to watch it and when we can talk about it, it'll be fresh and fun and exciting. And I'm actually really excited to watch this season. I've seen a lot of positive talk on Twitter, but can't talk about it.
Yeah, we're not talking about it. Mary Lou is a SAG-AFTRA, and
I know.
I'm just not watching it out of solidarity with all my union friends.
She
And
thinks it's
eventually,
solid.
whenever the strike is over, we'll watch it and we'll talk about it, and our reviews will be coming out late.
Yep,
That's just is what it is.
but that'll be fun because then you'll get more content.
True. Yeah, something for the dead zones. Um, okay, so that's that, and then you and I played a game called Cowboys with Big Hearts,
Yes, that was a great game.
um, which is like an even simpler game.
The
And
only mechanic is a coin.
yeah,
When you flip your coin, and
exactly.
either you succeed or you don't.
So I want to play my game I'm creating in my head is like a total ripoff of these games,
Okay,
and
great. Is
it's
this a
called
new one?
no, I've told you about this one. It's called Unfinished Business,
Oh, yes.
and you
Yes.
play everyone in the party has recently died, and you're all ghosts who are still on this mortal coil because together you have some unfinished business that you need to attend to. And this is a game designed for one shots. Um, uh, you're not supposed to, remain on the mortal coil. So the hounds of hell have been sent to drag you back down uh, to the underworld where you belong. And so you have to finish this business before your souls are dragged down to the nether realms. And like that's the premise. I
I
think it's a
love it.
solid premise, and
It's
I need
it's
help.
perfect.
Yeah, I need help figuring out like what does the gameplay look like.
Yeah, what's the thing? Like, what's the mechanic? Unfinished business. Hmm. So
So
it's like it's ghosts. You're
your
ghosts.
ghosts, yeah. So I kind of want one thing that's like so both Cowboys with Big Hearts and Ten Candles. Your character basically has two traits that let them like guarantee or help gain a success on a
Mhm.
roll. Um, so I kind of want one thing that's like a trait of your life when you were alive. Like when you were alive, maybe you were an engineer, so like you get advantage on trying to destabilize some machine or building or something.
Love that.
Um, and then maybe something about like the kind of ghost you are.
I
Like,
was just gonna say type of ghost.
yeah,
Poltergeist.
I
Um,
haven't played Lasers and Feelings, but it's actually that's a game based off of our friend Laser, which is
yeah.
really funny. I think that's a John Harper game. Um,
Is it really?
I think so.
I know I've heard of it, so maybe it is John Harper.
But yeah, like really similar, like one page, simple mechanics. Um,
Yeah, it is John Harper.
yeah, yeah,
It's
it's a game
based on the
John Harper
songs of the
made
Double
for
Clicks.
Laser.
It's
um,
awesome. Wow, I didn't realize we had 2 connections to that game.
yeah,
We know Laser of the Double Clicks, and we know John Harper,
and we know
the game
them
designer.
totally independently.
Totally
Like,
separately, it's bizarre.
yeah, um, yeah. So I'm thinking like yeah, some advantage you have from life, and then the kind of ghost you are, and we can like come up with a list of ghost types and what that gives you.
Yeah.
And
Let's come up with a list of ghost types, that's fun.
that sounds fun.
I feel like ghosts can't travel a lot, or maybe that's only, like, certain kinds of ghosts can
You mean they
travel.
have to stay in their house where they died or whatever?
Yeah, or maybe that's only one certain kind of ghost.
Yeah, I feel like that would be that's like a way you could play the game maybe, but I don't want to build that in necessarily because that limits
Mhm.
the kind of stories you can tell.
Yeah, totally.
But I feel you. Like I was thinking like okay, so poltergeist to me would be like very much a location specific ghost. Like
Yeah, or maybe an item,
or an item.
like, so it
Yeah.
can travel, but it's like there is something tangible in the real world that it has, like, a connection to that it haunts?
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
Poltergeist, yeah, also feels very location specific.
Yeah. I was thinking like I do have more of a running list in my head of what the abilities would be rather than the ghost associated with them. But like
Mhm.
haunt, where you like fuck with a physical item,
Oh,
possess, where you get to like possess a human and take control of their action for a
hell
limited
yeah.
thing.
Mhm.
Like manifest, where like you can manifest or you can create some illusion. Um,
Cool.
yeah. What are some other things ghosts do?
Spook. They, like,
Spook,
cause
you just make
emotion.
someone really, yeah, yeah, heighten some emotion.
Mhm.
I like that. Um, hmm. I should start taking notes on this.
Maybe, like, chase or what do ghosts do?
Haunt, possess, spook. Like I said, a different one of manifest.
Manifest.
Um, and then like illusion. Those can be two different skills. Like you can either manifest yourself and talk to someone for a brief moment, or you can cause illusions.
Mhm, mhm.
Yeah. So I want these to be randomly doled out. Um, what I enjoyed in the way that we played, so you can do it anyway. Like when we played Cowboys with Big Hearts, Clint was like, "These are the basic character archetypes," and then we picked from the
Mhm.
list. And when we played Ten Candles, Clint had everyone write a vice and a strength, and then like you pass your vice to the left, you pass your strength to the right.
Oh,
So
fun.
and like we didn't even know that's how it was going to work. We thought we were coming up with them for ourselves.
For yourself, yeah.
Yeah, so you end up with this like whatever. You're like, oh, okay. So my character was I'm adventurous and I'm an amphetamine addict. I was like, all right.
That's amazing.
And then you come up with your character concept based on that. And we were all on a cruise ship, so I was like, okay, I'm like one of the scuba guides who works on the cruise ship.
Love it.
Um, ooh, I like the idea of like the Ouija thing. That's kind of
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
like some kind of divination-y thing,
Mhm. Divine or, connect
or I feel like this, like answering questions. I feel like that would be,
or send a message.
yeah, I feel like that would be like you could do it a lot of ways. You could do it by manifesting. You could do it by haunting and like arranging magnets or something. You could illusion,
Blood
as
on
you
the
said.
mirror.
Yeah, like that's a thing ghosts do, but I think that's like a how you do it's up to you
Mhm.
based on your abilities. But yeah, I like the idea of like everyone writes like a strength from when you were alive, and then we have these ghost types, and they're kind of like randomly allocated.
I like that. Or maybe they're not types, they're just, like, things that you can do. So,
Just
like,
ability.
everybody can
Yeah.
do all of these things, and you, like,
Oh, I
shuffle
like
them up
that.
and, like, throw them at them, and, like, whichever ones they get are the ones they get.
That would be kind of fun if you like they're each on a card, and then if we incorporate like a round mechanic, like tin
Mhm.
candles, then you just like randomly dole them out each round. So it's like,
Yeah.
oh, this round I can manifest. Um,
Yeah.
that'd be kind
That
of
could be
interesting.
fun.
Yeah.
And maybe, like and this might be too complicated, but maybe they do have ghost types, but like the action that is like specifically your ghost type, maybe you get like a bonus for that or something. Like if you're a poltergeist and you get the haunt card, it can last for
Mm.
2 minutes instead of 1 minute, or like
Or um maybe everyone can do all of them, but like if you're a poltergeist, you can roll haunt as many times as you want, but you can only roll the other ones once. So you have to choose like in the game, like, is this when I
when.
use my manifest?
Ooh, I like that. Yeah.
Or maybe everyone just has that. Like, because I like that mechanic in both Cowboys with Big Hearts and Tin Candles is like these are single use abilities.
Yeah.
And otherwise there's just kind of things ghosts can do. Like ghosts can float,
Ghosts
ghosts
can
can
float,
they can listen, they can
travel
go
through
through
walls.
walls.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um yeah.
What would be okay, so the unfinished business, is that like a foe? Is it like what is the, like, antagonist mechanic?
I I was kind of thinking of, so in 10 Candles, we basically like um one person wrote a thing that was true of the monsters, and then Clint used that as inspiration for the monsters.
Mm.
And the rest of us didn't know what it was.
Ooh.
And I so like that's a way to do it where the DM like there's a lot of pressure on the DM to create that.
Mhm.
But I think I like how they did it in Cowboys with Big Hearts, where there's just like a huge list of options.
That was really fun.
Yeah. I think maybe like we could just have a day where we sit down and or I mean, you can help. I'm assuming you want to help, but
I
where we
wanna
sit
help.
down and come up with like as many variants of like what the business could be as we can.
The
And like
unfinished business,
and
yeah.
each one is on a card. And then when you
Mhm.
start the game, maybe you like shuffle and you deal out 10 cards. And then as a group, you go through and narrow it down to one.
Mm, I like that. Yeah, and there were different categories, right? So it's like if you wanted something silly or if you wanted something
Yeah.
serious or if you wanted something gruesome, right? Because there are different kinds of horror ghost stories.
Yeah. Unfinished business might be like killing the guy who murdered all of us.
Yeah,
Or it might be like helping Marjorie connect with her long lost love.
right.
Yeah.
And Marjorie is 89. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. So it could be something like that.
I
Um,
love that. I love that idea.
yeah, but like whatever it is, the unfinished business is something that connects all of you and that you're all motivated to accomplish together.
Mhm. Yeah. Why are we all here? Why? Mhm.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Sith guy. That's a great point. You have the discard or keep thing in the beginning in case someone is wanting to 86, a type of
Yeah,
horror. Yeah.
definitely. Yeah, so the way it works in Cowboys with Big Hearts is there's like a list of options. So you're all dying cowboys who are going out for like one last ride as a posse together. And there's all these options listed for like what is your last ride? Are you
Why are you going
Yeah,
out against this antagonist, the Death Brothers?
exactly. So you take a turn, you each take turns eliminating like I don't want it to be that. I don't want it to be that. I don't want it to be that until you get down to one that is like the shared least opposed. um yeah, so if someone's like, "No, I've got a spider thing. I'm not doing the spider one."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's it worked really well because then none of us chose it,
Yeah.
but we all felt like
We were all
we
into it.
approved it, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, it was nice. And you're not like voting, so there's no one who like voted for something else and lost.
Yeah, and you can't like campaign, you know?
Yeah. I liked that system.
I loved
That's
it.
what I was
Yeah.
thinking of basically doing with the like cards, but just the
Mhm.
cards as a way to randomize the pool a little bit.
I like that.
Yeah.
Mhm. And so they get
Um,
10 cards as opposed to like 30,
yeah,
but
because it did take a
there's still
while to like go through the list.
it did. Oh,
Oh,
there's
look at the
ASMR.
microphone. I like
Fat
that.
boy
Yeah,
giving a
it's kind
kiss
of
to my
nice.
microphone. Do it again, Fat boy. They liked it. It's ASMR. Fat boy.
Fat
Hey.
boy. Oh, so close.
I know he's such an
Yeah.
idiot, except for when I want him to be.
So what I've been struggling hardest in figuring out mechanic wise is what are the rounds? Like 10 candles, it's so visceral. You're extinguishing a candle. It gets
Yeah.
darker. You're watching them go down. Um, yeah, Fiasco is a similar system, Sith guy. I love that one. Um, have you played Fiasco, Mary Lou?
No. Tell me about it.
Fiasco is like a similar one shot thing, and it's basically like it's like a farce. It's like a everything is gonna go wrong kind of story that you're telling together.
Mm.
Um, and you do a similar narrowing down thing, or I think everyone independently picks like one person picks the setting, one person picks like the like motivating thing, one person, and then like you're all in secret picking those, and then you come together and you're like, all right, it looks like we have a civil war in Candyland, or whatever.
Whoa,
Um,
fun.
yeah,
That's cool. All
yeah.
right, Fat boy. Beat it.
Um,
A
Anyway,
civil war in Candyland. Yeah, what would the
so there needs to be some sort of visual indicator because when you're watching the candles go down, it's scary. It's like, oh no, we only have
spooky.
two candles left
Mhm.
or whatever. So I want some visual
Oh,
indicator of the hound's approach.
I was just gonna say, yeah, it's gotta be the hound's approach. It's your
Yeah,
time left. Maybe it's an hourglass or something like
that
that.
could be good. I was trying to think like,
You only have a certain amount of time.
well, what works really well in Tin Candles is it's based on the outcome of the roll. Like
Right,
every time you choose to roll, you're risking losing a candle, which like
right.
heightens the fear and the intensity. And every time someone rolls, everyone's like, okay,
Yeah,
which is nice. So I was thinking of just ripping that mechanic, like a failed
I do like
roll,
that.
and then the
I'm
DM's just
playing
like,
a game right now that's called In Nomine. In Nomine. It's from the
yeah,
90s. It is bizarre, but it's basically about like the forces of evil or the forces of hell and the forces of heaven, sort
mm,
of like in this cold
where
war
are you
working
playing
against each
this?
other. Jared is running like a home game,
Oh, fun.
and um and we're always rolling 3d6s,
Hmm.
and the fun thing is if you roll a 666,
Oh
that
yeah.
is a critical success for hell. So it doesn't matter what kind of character you are, a 666 is a critical success for hell.
Oh, I like that
And
Sith guy.
a
We'll come back to
111.
this.
Ooh, a scent trail. That's really cool, Sith guy.
Yeah,
And a 111, rolling a 111 is a critical success for heaven. And so we're
I like
playing
that.
demons.
Oh,
And
your
the
hell.
last,
Okay.
yeah, we're playing demons. I think you mostly play demons in the game, though you can play angels, but it's mostly like on the forces of hell. Um, the last roll of our last session, I rolled a 111. And so we don't know the results of it, but it's going to be a critical success for heaven somehow, the results of my
Ooh.
roll. I love using a card becomes a scent trail for the hounds.
Yeah, when you burn one of your abilities,
Mhm.
I like that. Um, yeah, and I want something like I think just rolling a d6 and having like a success or fail is nice. Um,
Mhm.
and I want there. I was trying to decide like, is it better to have a deterministic mechanic that everyone is aware of, like the candles, where it's like, oh no, we got ones, we know we're fucked, or would it be interesting and scary in a different way to have some sort of secret trigger mechanic where like things are happening and you every now and again the GM is just like the hounds grow closer.
Oh, I like secret. I
Yeah,
like secret because you can't see the hounds and you don't know when they're coming and you
yeah.
don't. That's
So I
like the
was,
thing about having time, right? Unfinished business. You
yeah,
don't know how
you
much
don't know.
time you have left. I like the secret. I like
I
secret.
Yeah. So like one mechanic I was considering is every time you roll, like you're only rolling one d6, six, six is a critical success, 4 or 5, whatever that system.
Mhm.
Um, every time you roll, the DM rolls secretly, and if he rolls the same thing that you roll, then the hounds grow closer, or something like
Ooh,
that.
spooky.
Or
I
like the
like that.
DM rolls before the game, and like that determines the trigger number. So every time you roll a 3, the hounds grow closer, or whatever.
Ooh, spooky.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
and then
like it. I
you
like
might have a game where it's like you roll a 6, the hounds grow closer. Um,
Ooh.
yeah,
Yeah, you don't want them to get too close too fast,
yeah,
that
and
is
there's like
cool.
some set number of points that like the hounds have to like. There's a whole separate little hound mini game the DM is playing
Mhm. And then I
behind
feel
a
like
screen.
then there's like 2 big bad confrontations, right? There's the one where you're finally maybe getting your unfinished business, and then there's the one with the hounds.
Yeah,
Like, can you resist them? Can you resist the hounds if you haven't finished your business yet?
yeah. I think like as the hounds, like once the hounds are there or something, maybe like maybe it's a situation where like you have to roll 6 to succeed. And
Hi,
like there's
Sean.
so like once the hounds are there, the hounds are dragging and you can still like take
Mhm.
actions, but you only succeed on a 6 and
Mm,
something like that.
yeah. Yeah, can you, like, reason with the hounds? No, I feel like the hounds cannot be reasoned with,
They
but they
can't be
can be,
reasoned
like,
with, but they can be
resisted or escaped
I think
or
they can be dodged. Like you can throw off their scent or something.
Mhm,
Um, there's got to be some mechanic you can do to try to like get further away from the hounds or like
mhm,
run. I like escape. Like when the hounds reach you, there's some rule that determines whether or not like you kind of like the death game in Twin Mask. Like
mhm.
the first time they reach you, it's not hard to escape them, but each time it gets harder and harder.
Ooh, that's it. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that's it. I think that's it for sure. They can
Yeah.
be resisted, and maybe it's not, like, distance because I'm not picturing the hounds, like, moving, like, distance laterally, I'm picturing them, like, moving, like, up
Yeah,
from
yeah, yeah.
hell,
It's this
right?
is some esoteric shit. Yeah.
Yeah, so they, like, come up from the shadows and you, like, resist them somehow.
Mhm.
Escape it.
Yeah, Sean, Mary Lou is helping me design a little one-shot game. I've been thinking about.
She's been tinkering on it for
Yeah,
weeks, months,
just a couple
and we're
weeks.
just brainstorming.
I wanna try to write it up and publish a little PDF for October for spooky season.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, it's a little
That's
horror
really fun.
game.
Hi,
Hi, Iris, and
Lexi.
hi, Alexi.
Hi, Iris. Who let the hounds out?
Oh, this is actually I was thinking about this today.
Yes.
Um, what is the proper use of hound? Is any dog a hound?
No.
No,
Hounds are hunting dogs.
they're all hunting dogs. Are they all these floppy-eared motherfuckers?
That is a type of hound, right? Like they hound you. They are a hound is a searching, hunting dog.
Okay, so it has to be a dog used in hunting. So a hound is like the same kind of category as a retriever,
No.
meaning like a Labrador retriever retrieves. Like they're the
Oh,
same
and a
class.
hound
The
hounds.
hounds.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
I see it. You're not saying that a retriever is the same thing as a hound. You're saying the category of hound is the same thing as like the category of retriever.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
is a
like
type
they're
of working dog. Yes.
exactly.
Mhm. Hi,
Interesting.
Joseph. Oh, Sith guy makes a good point. Like a shepherd, right? Herding dogs,
Yeah.
hounding dogs,
Yeah, Sith guy.
retrieving dogs.
Totally. I like this. Yeah, so like the round ends every time the hounds catch you. And there's no set number of rounds. It's just that like
Ooh, that's what I like.
it gets
The yeah,
harder and
the
harder.
hound the round ends when the hounds catch you, and the
Yeah.
first time it's very easy to resist them, like almost impossible not to,
Yeah.
and then it gets harder and harder. Ooh,
Yeah,
that's
and each
cool.
time you make it through to the next round, like your what it takes to roll a success goes up. I love that.
Mhm. That's it.
Um,
That's cool.
yeah,
And then but it's also a secret, like, whether the hounds have caught you or not, like, whether they're coming. You never know when they're coming. You can't, like, prepare for it
yeah.
or anything like that.
I think the system will be like within each round. Every time a round starts, the DM rolls a d6, and that determines like how far away the hounds are, but you don't know. And
Mhm.
then every time you roll, the DM rolls, and whenever you roll the same thing, the hounds approach. The hounds grow
Ooh,
closer.
ooh,
Yeah. And it might be
spooky.
one. Like it might be that it only takes one for them to catch you.
You don't know.
You don't know.
Better finish that business.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. There's like more and more hounds. Like the packs grow.
Mhm.
Um. I like it. Okay, this has been very helpful.
It's
Uh.
really I wanna play
Yeah. I gotta write it up, test it out.
for spooky season. What are you gonna be for Halloween, Sarah?
I don't know. I don't know that I'll do Halloween. Um.
Do you hear that or is that just me?
I don't hear anything.
Nobody hears, like, the whoosh.
I don't hear it. That doesn't mean it's not happening.
I think it's on your side because it happens when you move. Okay, not when you move. Say something.
Hello.
Okay, that didn't do it either.
No, it's not that.
Huh. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. That's it. That's it. That's the noise I was hearing. Boing, tick, doing, tick, doing, and boing, tick, doing, tick, doing. Love it. Ooh, Alexi heard it. Sith guy heard it. Okay.
Okay, so it's probably coming from me, but I don't know what it is. Might be. I might have been like tinkering with the mic stand. Does that do it?
Maybe. Maybe that
Anyway.
was it.
Yeah. Okay. I'm
What are
gonna
you
start
up to
writing up
today,
this
Sarah?
game.
Wait, why aren't you doing no wait. Why aren't you doing Halloween? What do you mean you're not doing Halloween? What do you
I
mean by
don't.
that?
Oh, I mean, I guess if I have a reason to, I'll do Halloween. Oh, I was just gonna say, I wish that LARP were the weekend before, so it were like Halloween LARP.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah. I don't really do Halloween very much. I don't know. It's never been a holiday I particularly liked. Uh, I was spooked really easily as a kid, so I didn't
Aw.
enjoy it. Um, and I don't know. It
I like dressing up and getting attention, and so Halloween is one of my favorites.
Sure, but I didn't grow up as like a hot girl who could be a slutty cat, you know?
Okay, neither did I.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't. Now I'm a hot girl who could be a
You just
slutty
didn't
cat, but I did
know.
not grow up a hot girl.
No, you just didn't think you were. You were literally a TV star.
Who played a nerd.
Yeah, but you know that like the ugly girl, nerd girl in Hollywood is still hot.
This is LA. Nobody thought that was cool. It's not a cool thing. Not cool.
LARP is, I mean, regional. There's like LARPs all over the country. So just search your area and LARP.
Mhm.
I don't know.
It's a good one.
Yeah, I don't know. What are you going to be for Halloween?
Well, I have this one sweater that I always wear, that is big and
That's not a
orange, and
costume.
I wasn't finished yet. Was I
Okay,
finished?
you weren't finished.
And I have glued pieces of black felt to it so it looks like a jack-o'-lantern, and I wear that sweater every year unless I have a better costume.
Okay.
And I might be a pregnant bride this year. 'Cause I think that's
Um,
funny.
we actually got questions, so we're streaming for 7 more minutes.
Oh my god, let's do it.
So let's do a little bit of
Advice.
first.
Question.
Okay, that was sick. That was sick.
Um,
That was really cool.
Mary Lou, how did we meet?
We met in Improv 201 at UCB.
Mhm.
And we, I think, did one class, and I thought Sarah was really funny. And then our next class, you came in and you were like, "Do you know Scott?" Which was like a friend from college. And I was like, "Yes, I know Scott. We went to college together." And Sarah was like, "Scott was my best friend in high school." And we were like, "Oh." And we just became best friends.
Easy peasy.
It was like, really, that was kind of it.
Yeah. Next question. You want to give us a next question?
Well, I don't have a jaw harp.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Next question.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I love that. That's
What's
awesome.
crazy is these have been around for thousands of years. You know,
Insane.
and it like
It sounds so futuristic.
I know it's like a it's. I mean, it just sounds like a vocoder. You know.
Yeah,
a
it really
vocoder.
does. Yeah.
The original synthesizer, as
The
people call them.
original. I love it.
Okay, the next question is obviously from Joseph, and it is: how do I speed up this render? Goddamn, render it in parts, clear your disk cache, get a better computer, stop fucking whining.
I think it's the last one that's going to help the most.
Yeah.
Love you, Joseph. He's our
Okay.
mascot. He's our sidekick.
He is
He's
our
our
little
sidekick.
side. He's our producer.
He's our Andy Richter.
He's our
He's
producer.
our producer.
Okay. I'm a very flinchy person. I think it's in part because I daze off, but I'm so jumpy. I was walking the other day on the phone with my dad, and these teenage girls drove past and screamed at me, and I jumped. I was embarrassed, and they laughed at me. How do I become less jumpy?
As a very jumpy person, I'm a incredibly, I don't say jumpy, I say I'm easily spooked, easily startled. I don't know.
I don't either. I'm also
Uh,
very jumpy. If I'm focused on something, like if
uh-huh,
I'm like doing like detailed work or I'm painting or I'm drawing or I'm just
uh-huh.
focused on something and I just won't hear someone come up behind me. Like
Yeah.
Willa spooks me all the time on accident because I'm like
Mhm.
focused on a thing and she doesn't realize it. And then she's there and I'm like, what?
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
Happens to me all the time too. Um,
I think it's just like a
yeah, I don't
hyper
have an answer.
focusing thing. I don't know. Like develop more situational awareness. Always be paying attention to what's going on around you. But I don't know.
Yeah, I literally I'm trying to think of advice and I don't have any. I don't have any.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
This is our
I
high
were
quality unqualified advice.
if I were like someone who like ran like a cult, like a spirituality scheme or like a
Mhm.
self-improvement scheme,
Okay.
I'd probably say like you have to work on your mindfulness. The more mindful you
Totally.
are, the more in touch with your body and in control of your body you are, like the more you'll be able to handle these moments of surprise. Um,
Wow. Your inner child maybe is calling out for you to.
have you considered staring at the sun?
Have you considered staring at the sun?
There is a woman on TikTok who her whole thing is convincing people that they don't actually need glasses. Glasses are fake.
Oh, I've
And you
seen
can,
her.
oh, you've seen her? You can cure your
Yeah.
eyesight through
Yeah, you
whatever.
can cure your eyesight through like inner child work.
Yeah. But one of the things, so I was watching a video about her. Someone was like, there's like a person who's like a skeptical, like exposer of these con artists
Yeah.
who paid the $12 to attend her Zoom class. She was like, all right, I
Genius.
just want to see what's in the Zoom class.
Yeah.
And one of the slides is like staring at the sun. Like that's a common like woo woo hippy dippy thing in parts of there's a whole like sun staring like strengthens your eyes. Like my
Don't
old
do
roommate
that.
used to believe in it.
He
Um,
also thought that he could get all of his nutrients from the air.
yeah,
He was a breatharian.
he did. He also thought that inside everyone who ate meat was a hunk of rotting animal flesh that your body never got rid of that caused health problems. Um,
Okay.
yeah, it's like old ideas, old ideas. Like that one goes back like 80 years. It's obviously been disproven a million times. Um,
But not old enough. That idea isn't old enough. Like animals eat animals. Do animals have rotting hunks of flesh inside them?
humans have been eating animals forever,
For thousands and
but
thousands of years.
humans get cancer and die, and so do
So do
animals.
animals.
Right. But that's the thing. This stuff doesn't have to make sense. It has to make enough sense.
It has to
And
be
actually,
emotional.
if it
Mm,
doesn't make sense, that's an advantage because then you're asking people to like bypass their own critical thinking mechanisms. And once you've gotten them to
right.
do that, then they'll believe anything you tell them.
You're right. You're right. You're
Yeah.
right.
So,
And if yeah, if it doesn't make any sense, you can't argue with it. And they're like,
right.
see, you can't argue with it.
Yeah, you can't argue with it.
Wow, I hate
Can
that
you
so much.
prove that you don't have a rotting chunk of animal flesh in your intestines? Have you cut open your intestines and checked all 60 feet?
I haven't. I haven't.
Yeah. So,
Wow, I hate that. I hate that
yeah.
so much.
Oh, can I show you? Can I tell you about a thing?
Yeah.
Wrap real quick before we leave.
Yeah, absolutely. Tell me about a thing.
Anyone in the chat? I'm thinking of making like a full on video essay about this. I don't know. There's this YouTube channel. It's got like 1.5 million subscribers. It's called Spirit Science, and I'll pull it up. I don't want to get like flagged by YouTube copyright, but I do need y'all to see it to know exactly what I'm talking about here. Um, okay, you'll have to look it up on your own because I don't want to get copyright struck for now on
Spirit
screen.
science.
But okay, I'll do it. I can do it.
YouTube Flower of Life? What's Flower of Life?
The channel is Spirit Science. What's Flower of Life?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, it just like was suggested Spirit Science YouTube Flower of Life, but I've never heard of Flower of Life.
Okay. Are you gonna load for me a Spirit Science video?
It's the open-hearted. Oh my God. Oh, you want to understand God?
Yeah, so they have all these videos. It's not gonna load because my YouTube is broken on my PC for some reason. But
Learn to live in
um
perfect harmony between yourself and God using the 4 elements transformation.
but they have these very kid-friendly, fun, animated videos explaining like all sorts of things, the history of the world, or how to become spiritually enlightened, how to learn how to astral project, like whatever. And like there's a bunch of fun videos to suck you in that are on like joy magic or like astrology. And then there's videos about like the history of the world, which is classic Helena Blavatsky 19th century theosophy Atlantean stuff. For those of you who know what I'm talking about. Um, and
It's all cartoons and like
it's all
this little stick
cartoons,
figure guy.
and like the world, the world is tens of thousands, millions of years old. There used to be highly advanced civilizations of all these spiritually enlightened beings, um, until the Martians came, and the Martians were all male-minded and logical, and that ended up resulting in nuclear war, which destroyed this advanced civilization that used to exist millions of years ago. It's all like
Mm-hmm.
ancient aliens shit, and there's like all this sort of esoteric anti-Semitism, and they claim like they're not anti-Semitic because they're like, no, we talk about how good the Hebrews are, and the Hebrews are this like one of these ancient peoples that were like spiritually enlightened beings. Until you realize that like the Hebrews they're talking about are not the same thing as modern day Jews. Modern day
No.
Jews are interlopers claiming the mantle of the Hebrews, whereas the real Hebrews descendants are like white people. It's like classic shit. Like British Israelites do it, Black Israelites do it. That's a common trope of like, no, like the Hebrews were great. It's just the
Yeah.
Jews aren't Hebrews. Um,
Got it. Got it.
yeah.
Okay.
Um,
Wow.
yeah, it's insane. There's all sorts of Illuminati shit and Freemason shit, and it's like far right.
Oh my
Um,
God, it's so scary.
yeah, and in case you were like, are they really targeting children? I know it's like a cutesy
Yes. No, it
animation
looks like
style.
cartoons. It's all
Uh,
cartoons.
there's a video called "Adults Are Playing Chess with Countries" about the Russian invasion of Ukraine, and at one point in the video, um, the dude's like, he's just given this dramatic thing, and it's like, hopefully the leaders of the world will end the war before it like devolves into World War III and global cataclysm. And it's like all this sad music, and he's like saying something really deep. And then he's like, there's a lot of people who want to blame Russia for this, but there's a lot of other people who know that Russia wasn't attacking Ukraine. They were only launching precision strikes against US bioengineering labs, the same kinds that created COVID in China. um,
This is misinformation. Like, how is
oh,
this
yeah.
legal? How is
It
this legal?
it shouldn't be. But, like, if you're a parent and you walk by your kid, on an iPad or something watching some video, like, you're not gonna know that it's
No,
this insane, like, esoteric Nazi spiritual conspiracy shit. Like,
no.
you're gonna be like, "Oh, that looks like any other animated
Cartoon.
edutainment cartoon on YouTube."
Yeah.
Um,
God, that's scary.
yeah. So
Hi, Robbie.
hi,
Robbie says, I
Robbie.
love joining and learning about the most absolutely wild shit. Oh my God, you really got a good one this time, Robbie.
Yeah, so I'm, like, thinking of doing a podcast where I just, like, make people watch these videos and talk to me about them.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. It's
Yeah.
horrifying.
Yeah, it's awful. Oh god, PragerU.
Oh
I mean,
God, PragerU for Kids is so deeply
scary. Yeah.
upsetting.
There's a lot of people doing great content on PragerU, but I haven't seen a ton of people talking about spirit science.
I have
And
never heard of that.
and obviously every spirit science video, like I was talking to our friend Ross about this because he's a fellow interested in cults person.
Mhm.
And he was like, I can't tell. Is this someone who's like, is this a joke? Is this like an elaborate, like involved joke? Is this someone who's genuine? Like, and my opinion, the
Not a
person
joke.
running it is not genuine. I don't think they believe this shit, or maybe they do, but like they're a disciple of some other online cult leader. Like I tracked them back once, and it's like they follow some
Oh,
other cult
interesting.
guy, and but every single one of these videos leads you to some high pressure sales funnel. Like you
Yeah.
click on a link, and it's like, for the next 14 hours and 33 minutes, you can get a discounted value on our course on how to bend the elements using your spiritual energy,
Yeah,
or like
exactly.
whatever. And it's like, no, like this is a con.
Yeah.
Like whether this guy, obviously this guy's a fascist, but like to whatever extent he believes in some spiritual stuff, like this endeavor is a con to separate children from their money
Correct. Children from their
while
parents' money.
spreading crazy fascist conspiracy theories.
So bizarre.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, no, I wanna listen to that podcast. I want you to make that.
Okay.
That's a
Sounds
really
good.
good idea.
Yeah, holistic fascist. That's a good category for it.
That is
Um,
so bizarre.
yeah, I've been listening to this other podcast that covers the same area but not this channel, called Conspirituality, which is about like
Ooh.
the ways in which the like Western spiritual movement, alternative medicine movement has like completely fused with like right wing
With
conspiracy
right wing,
theories.
far right. Yeah, it's so true and very, very weird and bizarre.
Yeah,
Very weird and
it's a
bizarre.
great podcast. But I want to do a special one on spirit science because I hate them
I think
and
you
it should be
should.
illegal.
I support you.
Yeah. Yeah, they're Canadian, so whether it's illegal in this country or not doesn't matter. But yeah,
Canadians, so sneaky.
yep,
Sneaky, sneaky Canadians. Some of them
sneaky
are so good
Canadian.
and some of them are even
Yeah,
worse.
he has a great video on the Canadian trucker protests,
Oh, fun.
and it's like all these like it's his funny little child friendly spiritual cartoon character talking about how like you know when you think about it, Justin Trudeau is the real fascist.
It's defies it, like is beyond satire. Love it. All right, Mary Lou has to go. Jaw harp. Jaw harp.
Alexi
Alexi just
ordered
got
his
a
order.
jaw harp.
Yeah. It's really fun, but yeah, you can really fuck up your teeth.
can
Goodbye,
really fuck up
everyone.
your
Thank
teeth.
you
Good
so
to
much
know.
for joining us on our shorter Friday stream.
Short Friday
Uh,
stream. Can you say wheelie good time on the jaw harp?
Really good time. Really good time.
That
hell
was
yeah.
perfect.
Yeah,
That
we
was
hope y'all had a
perfect.
really good time. We had a really good time. I'm
Really good.
Sarah. That's Mary
I'm
Lou.
Mary Lou.
We'll be here next Friday, probably.
Yeah, almost certainly.
Oh wait, I won't be here next Friday because I'm working at Dropout next Friday.
Oh, that's so exciting. Okay, we're gonna find a new date then. Maybe we'll find a
But
new
you can maybe
time.
stream with Vic next Friday. But we'll
Ooh,
figure it out.
fun. Love it.
Yeah. But well, we love you. We love all of you. We'll see
That
you
you
when
sounded
we
like a
see
jaw
you.
harp right there. Bow,
Bye.
we love
Bye.
you.
Bye.